All right, I wasn't going to do this video tonight, um, but I have been really enjoying making these videos, and I don't want to stop at the moment. I just want to keep making them. I'm not sure if that's helping people to find them or watch them, or if it's oversaturating, But at this point, I'm tired. I've had a long, busy day, and this is bringing me some joy, so I decided to keep doing it. This is the last letter of the alphabet that I'm going to do because I don't have any X, Y, and Z. I've got a fair amount of W here. And then I, like I said, I've still got about 5 more videos of my collection, plus there will be update videos and some other vinyl related videos. And of course, this isn't a vinyl channel. This vinyl is a big part of what I love. And so there's been a lot of vinyl videos recently, but that's not really what this channel's about. And I hope to get back to some book talks and stuff relatively soon. I'm an educator and the school year is coming to a close, so we'll see what happens. Okay? But let's start with the W's. We've got Waterdeep. If you don't know Waterdeep, Waterdeep is a folk band. I believe they're out of Missouri. I could be wrong, but I have been a fan of Waterdeep for a long time. Their solo music, and then you may know them from doing the very first Enter the Worship Circle CD with 100 Portraits. That album was a big part of like the worship culture at my church. So they're a Christian folk band. It's a couple, Dawn and Lori Chaffer. And this is basically one day I was like, does Waterdeep have any vinyl? And they had this album Tandem on vinyl, which I honestly don't know that well. But I do know that I love Waterdeep. So I said, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm going to get it. It's just black vinyl. It's just a single LP. It's very simple because I'm sure that they really put it all together and did it all themselves. They're an independent, sort of folky Christian band, and they're so talented. Such beautiful musicians. Highly recommend you check this out. I can't tell you what song to listen to because, well, you know what I do know. I do know Your Name is really good on here. But I need to listen to this more, honestly, to be able to tell you more about them, about that specific album. So next is this band War and Treaty. Now, War and Treaty is like a modern soul meets gospel band. It's a couple, and they are so talented. They've also done a lot of like features on country albums. So you may have seen them on award shows doing the feature, but it's Michael and Tanya Trotter, and it might be Tanya. Sorry if I mispronounced it. But this has Down to the River and Florida and Hit Dog Will Holla, Set My Soul on Fire. Yeah, so this is just black vinyl. You'll have to excuse my dog barking in the background. This is a band that is, I think, either they're about to like explode, like blow up, or they're just going to be one of those bands that is like right under that forever. I hope it's the first for them because they're so talented. And you definitely should listen to more of them. All right, this was my favorite ska album in the year that it came out. And I'm trying to see if there's a year on here. These years kind of blur all together. But this one, so I don't see a year on here to tell you when it was. But anyway, this is We Are the Union, Ordinary Life. Hold on one second. Okay, hopefully my dog has stopped barking. Anyway, We Are the Union, Ordinary Life. This is a fantastic ska album. It's on that sort of ska punk vibe. This album really is a lot. Primarily the message of this album is it's a story of the lead singer transitioning. They're a transgender woman transitioning to become a transgender woman, or to align with their transgender womanhood, pardon me. And there's a lot of really powerful songs in here about their journey that I just highly recommend. My favorite track on here is really the song Make It Easy. I love that song. It's such a good song. And it's a love song. Morbid Obsessions, also very good. If you haven't seen the video for that, it's so good. Boys Will Be Girls, also very good. So check that album out. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get my dog to stop barking. It's not working. Okay, next one. This is Derek Webb. Derek Webb is one of those people who has had a significant impact on me. Derek Webb really got his start musically as one of the singers and guitarists and songwriters in the group Caedmon's Call. Then he went on to be a solo artist. This is obviously an autographed album, which I'm very lucky to have. This album is Stockholm Syndrome. This is not the first album I got by him. I think I got him about the time that Mockingbird was coming out and 1-0 and that kind of stuff. And those are all amazing albums. But this is probably the album that had the biggest impact on me, and really made me start thinking about some of the things that I believed. This is... man, it's just a great album. Okay, so let me show you the cover real quick. I don't know how to describe him. He's kind of singer-songwriter-y, but he also includes electronic elements. This is just black vinyl, so there's not really anything to show there. I don't think there's an insert, but it's a double LP. But this album, Black Eye, Freddie Please, What Matters More. What Matters More is the song that really made me start questioning some stuff. Yeah, Jenna and Jemmy, What You Give Up to Get It. Yeah, great album. Highly recommend Derek Webb, and specifically Stockholm Syndrome if you've never listened to it. The other Derek Webb album that I have is The Ringing Bell. So this one has the end and the very end, and I Want to Marry You All Over Again, and I Don't Want to Fight, A Savior on Capitol Hill, This Too Shall Be Made Right. So you've got these guys shaking hands on one side, and on the back they're both holding weapons behind their backs. Definitely a message there, right? And that's what I love about Derek Webb, is that he doesn't shy away from speaking his heart. This is this sort of beautiful, and actually I think it looks better in person. It's more of like a red, that kind of looks like a brownish blob, but anyway, I feel like The Ringing Bell is a great follow-up to Stockholm Syndrome. They're different, but there's a continuing thread. So, yeah, highly recommend Derek Webb. Next, we've got Weezer. So, okay, I definitely heard a lot of this album growing up, but I wasn't a huge Weezer fan. I liked several of the songs on here. Of course, I liked Buddy Holly. I liked Undone, the Sweater song. I liked Say It Ain't So. Those were probably the three I was most aware of. And so, you know, this is a classic album that everyone should probably own. I've got it on blue vinyl, single LP. It's got like an insert in here. Let me see what's on the insert. And I bought this because I was like, well, if there's a Weezer album worth owning, it's definitely this one, right? And I don't regret that. It is a phenomenal album. So it's got this little poster in it. So I don't regret that at all. But I hadn't dived deep into them. I knew the hits. And then I went on the Hella Mega Tour, which featured the Interrupters, and then Weezer, and then Fall Out Boy, and then the headliner really was Green Day. And all of them really great, phenomenal performances, but Weezer blew me away. Weezer was the band that I left, and I was like, holy cow, they are so good. So the merch lines were insane at that concert, and I was not going to spend the whole concert waiting in line to buy merch. So what I did is I just got on my phone and ordered myself a vinyl and had it shipped to my house. And so that was this one. That was Van Weezer. This is the album they were touring on then, and this is such a good album. It's got all the good ones. Beginning of the End. Sheila Can Do It. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's what it says. The font is kind of interesting here on the back. You know, they've got like a metal kind of font, and really love it. This was a very good, like, rock album. It's just black vinyl, but man, really good vibes. And you know, Weezer's one of those bands too that, like, if you love them, they put out so much music, it's really hard to keep up. And so I'm not going to try, but I will buy some albums here and there. Picked this up at Target one day. Really glad I did. It's the White Stripes Greatest Hits. I'll be honest, I really want to get myself a copy of the White Stripes Icky Thump. That album is one I listened to a ton, but I'm really glad to have this one because it has a lot of great songs from it. This is a double LP And obviously it's got tons of the big hits, right? So it's got Fell in Love with a Girl. It's got, let's see here, We're Gonna Be Friends. It's got Conquest, Jolene, Apple Blossom, Icky Thump, You're Pretty Good Looking for a Girl, and Seven Nation Army. I really love the cover. I love that picture of Jack and Meg. So really, I like the back one a little bit better. So this actually has a slip mat with it, which is really fun. And it is a gatefold double LP. And it is on. This is on black. I think it may be just totally on black. I forget. You know, one thing that I don't regret so much, but I've been acquiring vinyl at such a pace that I don't know that I've been listening to it as much as I would like, and that's something that I really want to change. So I'm trying to make a goal, and this is not something I've done yet, but I'm trying to make a goal where I listen to at least one album every day. So maybe in the future here. All right, next we've got Wilco. This is a pretty recent grab. So this is Wilco Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. This one I picked up at Barnes & Noble. And this is, you know, sort of the definitive Wilco album. If you're a Wilco fan, this is the album that everyone knows of Wilco. And I definitely listened to it a lot back in the day. It's gatefold. It's double LP. This album has I Am Trying to Break Your Heart, Jesus, etc. I'm the Man Who Loves You, War on War, Ashes of American Flags. A lot of great tracks on here. I think this is just black vinyl, and I don't want to... Yeah, it's just black vinyl. But yeah, it does have a little insert here with some info and lyrics and stuff. And if you like this, I really recommend you watch. There's like sort of a documentary that they recorded during this time, which is really good too. So the other one that I got is Wilco Sky Blue Sky, which is an album that I picked up a lot when I was, I listened to a lot when I was working for Starbucks in San Antonio. Great album. It's not a gatefold. It's a double LP. It's got a little liner note that opens up. Just one second. All right. So while I was paused there, I took this out just to make it a little easier. This is also black vinyl. Sky Blue Sky, I think, is an underrated album by Wilco. I think it's one that doesn't get enough attention because Yankee Hotel Foxtrot gets all the attention, but this is such a good one too. Impossible Germany. Either Way, You Are My Face, Impossible Journey. All three of those great songs. Please Be Patient With Me, Leave Me Like You Found Me. Really, really beautiful, beautiful album. This is actually the halftime double LP, so the quality on this is phenomenal. So good. Okay, next we've got Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. Amy Winehouse, someone that I first heard working at Starbucks. This has all the song lyrics on the back. This is a very stripped down release. But the album itself is, I mean, if you know Amy Winehouse, this is the Amy Winehouse album that everyone knows. This really stunning pink marble. I don't know how well you can see it, but it is it's a single LP. So really, to me, any album that Amy Winehouse has released is worth owning. Oh, goodness. I'm going to put that in here in a minute. But this one has really some phenomenal tracks, right? It's got Rehab. It's got You Know I'm No Good. It's got Love Is a Losing Game. Some Unholy War. There's some great cover, sort of versions on there. So really a phenomenal. Oh my goodness, this one needs a sleeve real bad. I'm gonna leave this out for now. Really a phenomenal album. All right, next, this one I got because my friend Barry talked this album up so much. Picked this up at Half Price Books for $3.98. I don't regret it one bit. Such a good album. It deserves the talking up. But this is George Winston's Autumn. So this is, instrumental piano music, and it's really a great album to play as we're transitioning into fall. It's black vinyl. Highly recommend it. And finally, the very last album in my collection, as far as, A to W, I can't say A to Z, A to W. This one I bought because I knew my wife was going to love this, and she did. And we have enjoyed it so much together, and it's definitely one I need to put back on the record player. Got it at Target. Talking about Stevie Wonder's number ones. Double LP. Pressed on. We got this really bright red. Translucent red. I can't remember if the second album's the same, so we'll check real quick. Not having the same, same color. Not having the same problem with this one I just had with that Amy Winehouse one. It's very easy to get stuff in and out here. But yeah, I mean, when you're talking about Stevie Wonder, this one's got, it's got Fingertips Part 2, Uptight, Everything's All Right, I Was Made to Love Her, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours, Superstition, You're the Sunshine of My Life, Higher Ground, Living for the City, You Haven't Done Nothing, Boogie on Reggae Woman, I Wish, Sir Duke, Send One Your Love, Master Blaster, Jammin', That Girl, I Just Called to Say I Love You, Part-Time Lover, Overjoyed, Skeletons, and So What the Fuss. What a great album. Stevie Wonder, what a great musician, what a legend. And so glad that I have this one as well. And that's it. That's the end of the A's to the W's. So glad that I got to share them with you. Still coming up in the future, we've got all the 7 inches and plexi discs. We've got compilations. We've got soundtracks. We've got Christmas albums. And we've got children's music. And then we'll have some updates as well. So I'm looking forward to sharing those with you guys. Hang in there.